Good morning, fellow YouTubers. It's Sunday morning, the 13th, the 13th of April 2025. It's my sister's birthday, so I'll be calling in to see her on the way back coming back from Scotland. So today's journey is going to take us back over to Newcastleton on the border with Kielder Forest in Scotland. Okay, it's 9:21 AM in the morning, the Sunday morning, the 13th of April 2025, and I'm back at KERSHOPE in Newcastleton in Scotland, and I'm just going to be doing Okay, it's 9:21 AM in the morning, the Sunday morning, the 13th of April 2025, and I'm back at KERSHOPE in Newcastleton in Scotland. and I'm just going to be doing a walk that I did recently when I found a hidden track, and I've just come back to walk the track to see if I can get right round and go up it past to see if there's any trees crisscrossing the pathway. So I'm hoping to get through it. But excuse the friends, but I'm right pissed off this morning because I got halfway here, then I came across a diversion sign because the road was blocked off for about 500 yards. So I had to turn around, and they said follow the diversion signs. There was one diversion sign at the site, then after that just nothing, and I had to stop and knock on people's doors, stop motorists and wind the window down and ask them directions. And I must have done about another 35 miles on my journey to find out how to get here, including driving just about into Newcastleton itself, which is ridiculous. So Cumbria Council, get your finger out your ass and get more diversion signs put up. Good boys. Right, we're going now, son. We're going now. I've just had him down in the burn, throwing stones in the water for him. He's just straight in, splashing about. So he's thoroughly enjoyed himself. Right, same as usual. I'm going the way I normally go, round towards the Psalmstone, but with a difference. When I'm halfway up towards the Psalmstone, there's a track goes off to the right, which is quite hidden. So I'm going to be going up there. Now, last time I came, I tried it, but I got so far up the track, and it was boggy and marshy, and I only had me normal everyday walking training shoe boot things on. So I was walking through marsh and swamp and getting my feet wet, so I didn't go any further. Right, so that's where I always park my car though. I come down the bank towards KERSHOPE bridge, then I turn and come along this little country lane. Like it's just a farmer's track that's full of holes and water, puddles. So I've just driven along here very, very gently. And this is KERSHOPE Burn now, I'm crossing over. Obviously it's not running very fast because we haven't had any rain for a few days. But that's where I had him in the water just down there. There you go, Newcastleton Forestry and Land Scotland. And don't ask us pronounce that. There was is a Gaelic or words, wherever they are, on the top there. Don't know how to pronounce them. Right, so round here until I get to the next left junction, then turn left and go up the bank, then keep left. Now I'm having lots and lots and lots of problems with my left foot, the calf muscle at the back being tight all the time and painful. Like when I went to get him yesterday, as usual, when we get to my house, I open up the boot door, put him on his leader, and then he just wants to drag, I mean at full force, and I'm trying to put my foot down to slow him down so he doesn't pull us over, and then my calf muscle just starts putting like hell and painful to walk on. So I'm walking very, very slowly with a bit of a limp as usual, but worse at the moment. Good boy, son. Good boy. Have you enjoyed yourself being in the water, son? Have you enjoyed your plunge? Good boy. Hey, go to the toilet. Go to the toilet, son. Good boy. As usual, taught me to go in the long grass off the tracks, and he does. So I taught him well. Now he's just got to behave himself and not nick off. But what a I mean, I'm going to have to go through the same palaver going back home as well when I get to that 500 yards section where they've closed off the road. And with it being Sunday, there's no work going on. But they've got those big, thick, heavy-duty plastic red and white barriers across the road on both sides. And then they've got the metal barriers, the 6 to 8 foot metal barriers, surrounding a big cat that they're going to be doing the work on. Probably start again tomorrow morning. But it doesn't help me. So I mean, it's after 9 o'clock now, and I set off from the house at 6 o'clock this morning. So that'll tell you what a palaver I've had getting here. And I've had trouble with my Nikon camera again. I've tried it, I practiced with it in the house. I blew the battery compartment and all the dust to get it out of it, so the contacts on the battery make good contact with the inside of the camera. But after recording 6 minutes of 7 minutes, it was fine. Then when I come out to get in the car this morning to make my first initial start video to see where I'm going and what I'm doing, it come up battery exhausted again after a few seconds, so I don't know what the hell's going on with it. I was thinking about getting a new camera, but it's probably something stupid, like the battery contacts or something inside the camera, or the batteries themselves are just not holding the charge anymore. But they're not that old. But I know that once you buy batteries and you've charged them up so many times, they'll only last so many hundreds of times that you charge them up, and then they don't hold their charge at all. So I've ordered 2 new Nikon EL N23 or whatever they call them batteries for my Nikon B700 camera, and charge them up and put them in, see if it makes a difference. Then if I start recording again properly, it's not my camera, it's just the batteries. So as you can see in here, the sun's out now. It's very, very quiet apart from the birds tweeting away. And you can just hear a very faint trickle of water going over the stones down to me right on KERSHOPE burn. Right, so I'm going to this next left junction, then turn the left, then going up and around the hill. Now, normally when my left calf muscle's putting like it is now, after I walk so far, it eases off. But it's just uncomfortable to walk on. So where I normally stop off at a pub called the Crossings on the way here and let him out, I put him on his lead out and take him around the car park to go and do his business. I couldn't do that this morning because I've been driving around diversions and knocking on people's doors asking for directions to get to KERSHOPE foot. So it's been a right carry on getting here this morning. Drove miles out my way, and normally I have my Garmin GPS in the car, but I've just taken that out recently to update the software on it because it's just acting up and it's not staying on the screen. It talks to us, it tells us the directions, but it's just not right. And the LCD screen, when you touch it, it's not operating as it should. So I've left it in the house, and I could have done with it today of all days, and I wouldn't have had to stop and ask directions every 5 seconds. But you live and learn. Learn your lessons. Let's have a good scratch. Good boy, son, good boy. Good lad. Right, so this is where I turn left, and those green signposts, I'll tell you how many miles it is to go to the English side. So I've been here quite a few times now. I've been straight along going towards England, and I've been left up here to go to the Stormstone many, many times now. But it's ideal for me to come and take the dog off, because there's no horses, no cattle, no sheep, no people. The only people that I see probably today are cyclists or other hikers, but that's it. So I've set up my time lapse in my windscreen as usual, turn the engine off and then press the button on my DigiPower battery, and that's starting to charge up my GoPro 8 battery, so I can do a long time lapse while I'm away from the car. So my camera's pointing directly where the sun is at the minute, so it'll be blinding the bloody screen, but once it starts going around the sky and starting to drop down on the other side, it'll not be as bad. Right, so I've got to turn left here, go up here. Hi son, come on, hi, come on up here, hi. Here it comes. Come on son. Right, so Kielder via Bloody Bush and Lewisburn, 17 miles this way. If you go straight on along the bottom track there, it's 13 miles. And this has just got a name on it called Gill, G-I-L-L, going up this way. So after I picked him up and I started walking around the corner, after pulling us along to the car to get him in the car, my calf muscles just tightened up that much I could hardly walk. And then when I jumped in the car, it was very uncomfortable to drive, even though I've got an automatic. So there's something not right. My left leg at the calf muscle is just not getting proper circulation to me calf muscle, or like many people, lacking magnesium. Right, so even though I'm uncomfortable, I'm just going to limp along, and hopefully after a while it'll ease off. Right, so I've got to go around this S bend, go around the left and then slightly uphill. So like I say, this is the way I normally go up and round and go along to the Psalmstone, to do the Psalmstone circular walk that I do. Good boy, son, good boy. You know, like for supposedly big ferocious dogs, he got to my house, and then dogs like to be right next to you and lying against you and touching you. It's just comfort for them as well, as you get comfort from them protecting you. But he jumped up on the settee and he come right up, was lying against us, cuddling up us. So big vicious dog, nice and cuddly. It's just the mainstream media as usual. They hype up these stories and say that they've attacked the people and ripped it to bits, even though you don't see it. But they really lay it on thick to say that these are evil, nasty, horrible dogs. But there's only one problem, and that's the owners and how you bring them up. If you teach them to fight, of course they're going to be vicious. And you just don't know the circumstances of the owners. Have they been beating the dog with sticks or chains and the dog's gone for them? So there's many factors to be taken into consideration. But the media doesn't give you that. It just tells you evil, nasty, vicious dogs tore owners to pieces and really sensationalise the story to sell newspapers or get public opinion riled up as usual. And that's what they do. But like I say, I've had dogs in my life since I was in nappies. And the last two dogs I had before him was two blue staffies. And I've never had a bad dog yet. I've trained them, brought them up to love us and enjoy being out with us. And just do as I told straight away. Highly trained. Right. So you got wide open spaces, it's lovely. and I've only come a short distance from the car. I've just taken a tablet that my sister gave us. She says these tablets ease the pain straight away, they work straight away, so if you get cramp, take one of these. So I've taken it after leaving the car, so I'm just waiting for it to kick in now. So as you can see, you've got an uphill struggle to go now, and then when you get up on our left hand bend, it starts to flatten out a little bit, but it's mostly uphill until you get to that point.